Alright, so I think the next few, I want to say vlogs slash videos, don't know what's going to happen yet. I wanted to film me redoing the shirt. This shirt, I had to take off the sleeves and redo it because, as you can tell, this part right here, or maybe you can tell right here, this is the back and this sleeve is in the front and this is in the back, and it needs to be opposite, so it needs to be, you know, well, I don't know, that's even when you do that. That's weird. But I'm fixing these sleeves because the sleeves, how they were built, it was like you had to have your arms down, you couldn't put them up, and you could tell how it was made. I broke the seam up here, but it was bunched up right here to make like a puff sleeve. I don't want that, so I undid it, and I plan on doing that with the rest on this one. So I think I'm gonna do that right now. Maybe I'll do that right now, and then we'll do the scrunchies in another video. So for right now, let's just do this. That way I know that this is done, because I can always do the scrunchies in a small space if I have to. So let's do that today. We're gonna do this shirt and see how it fits. So let me show you the before, which is the sleeve. It's like you can tell right here, it's gathered up in this little space. And I think it was meant to stretch, but it really doesn't stretch. So I think it was meant to be a puff sleeve, and I don't want that. So we're going to undo this, and I'll get back to y'all when I'm done seam ripping this. So let's get it started.
No, I'm not here to put you in the middle. I'm not. I'm just saying.
I wouldn't be in the middle.
Alright, so I found out there was more, because this is the back. And I don't know if you can tell, but the back is a lot bigger, or has these extra spots right here. Hold on, can you even see? Or wait, this is where I was showing. There's extra fabric for the front. So we're going to take this extra fabric and cut it to match the back, so that it all is one cohesive piece and there's not longer spots or anything like that. That's why I like dissecting all the seams. I'm gonna leave this seam here because this was when I tried to make it smaller in the back, but now I know to just go ahead and dissect it and just make it smaller overall when I do stuff like this. So that's what we're gonna do, is cut this and then sew it, and then we're gonna sew the sleeves together and see how this one sleeve looks and see if that is all right. We're just gonna wing it. All right.
No reason. I'm glad you came here. I came on a huge trip for you. Excuse me.
Okay, after dealing with this, I think the shoulder's too big now. And I think that's what the problem was. This is how this sleeve is supposed to be. And this is how this shirt is supposed to be. And I feel like already it's way more flattering than it was earlier. And it's not riding up like it was. So, yeah. But, doesn't that look better already? It's just now I need to take some off of the top right here and then do the same thing on this side. So I think the sleeves were just, I need to, so when you do sleeves, when the top is this big, it's too big. So I think where it's, if you can tell, well, on the other side, it's rolling. And see, it's already too wide, so I think I need to cut down the top and make it less prominent because there's a lot of room between up here and the sides, and it should be the opposite. There should be kind of less of this and I think a little bit more of this. So that's what we're gonna do. And then I'll get back to y'all in the next update. Alright, so fixing this side, it is already better. I feel better. It's that it bunches up a little bit, but not enough to where it's going to annoy me. So I feel already better. So now we're gonna do the other side. Okay, so this is what we have going on now. And I feel so much better. The shoulders do not feel so awkward. For anybody wondering, this was a SHEIN outfit. I want to say I bought it for like $3 or $4, but I could have made it for maybe less and had a bunch of material left over. But this is the shirt. The arms were so puffy and kept bunching up here. And I think what the problem was, when you're cutting sleeves, you want the shoulder part to be wider, I believe, when you're a bigger person. If you're a smaller person, you want a more smaller or skinnier hump. But with the circumference of my elbow or my shoulders, it needed to be wider. And even though it was wider, it was too long. So I had to shorten it and make it bigger. So what I did was pretty much just shorten it and just made the hump have a bigger arch instead of it, you know, going skinnier and higher or an arching. What was it? I don't know how to do like arch or circumference math or anything, but you want a bigger circle at the top instead of it being this. So you want it like this if you have a wider or more broader shoulders. I want to say wider, but yeah. But now my shoulders look like this looks more slimming than it does anything else. And if anybody in the comments says, you know, wear size or wear your, you know, stop trying to wear crop tops, I know. Crop tops, I think, are in a season right now that nobody likes them anymore, or nobody wants to see anybody wearing them anymore. I like crop tops, especially for lounging around, and I'm gonna love wearing this top with some of my lounge pants, but this feels so much more comfortable. I feel like the sleeves are a little bit awkward though now because I had to take off some, you know, length off of it, but I think just having it to where I can bunch it and work around the house, it's so much better. But I feel like this fits me. It makes my shoulders and everything else look so much better. I feel like the puff sleeves, if you're a bigger gal, you don't want to add weight. You don't want to add bulk. You want to shrink in, you know, let people see your curves. And I believe this helps a whole lot. I always have like a insecurity with my shoulders being too wide or being too big, because it's like you can see my shoulders but my arms are a little bit bigger. And again, I don't like to call myself a big girl because I feel like there are other women that are heavier than I am, and I always feel like if I call myself fat, I feel like those girls think that they're obese, and you're not. You're a normal size. You're good. I feel like 200, a lot of women feel if they are 200 pounds, they feel like really fat or obese. And I'm here to tell you, no. I feel like I'm 170 and I go up to 180. And I feel like that for a woman my age, which is almost in my 30s, I turned 28 this year, but I always feel that for my age and being in my 30s, I feel 170 is a good weight. I feel like anybody weighing 120 pounds or lower is like high school weight. That's what a high school girl should weigh. And I always think back when I was in high school, and I remember putting down, I weighed 105 pounds in high school, but I'm also 5'1", and I think at my heaviest in high school was 115 pounds, and I wish I was that weight again. but I'm an adult now, and I know like maybe 125, 130 to me is going to be a good weight for me. And that's what I'm trying to work down to, is, you know, losing the excess fat. I feel like I could be healthier than I am now, but I'm actually happy at the weight that I'm at. I'm 175, and I feel like I am not even that big. My stomach, yes, it could be flatter, it could be, you know, getting in. These pants do suck in a lot of that, but I feel that I am at a good weight. I don't have a huge muffin top. Like, I do have a muffin top, obviously. Like, if I were to put these down, you could see that. Extra mom belly, everything. So, it helps when you have a little bit more support. And I feel like that's what I kind of want to, I guess, project onto this channel, is projecting my insecurities, but also like teaching y'all that you don't have to settle, you don't have to get used to your insecurities. Sometimes it's just the clothes industry, the fashion industry. Like I said, this was a 1X, and it said it would fit a size 40 chest, and it was way too big. So I don't know what SHEIN sizes are thinking about. Maybe they didn't want this to fit tight on somebody. But I don't know what sizes the smalls are. But I would definitely, if you're like a really skinny girl and the SHEIN sizes are running way too big, maybe it's different. Maybe I did get this from the plus size section, because normally the 40, like, my boobs are 40Ds, and that's what I was basing on, is the 40 bust, and it gave me a 1X size. But it's so stretchy that I could have probably gotten a medium, because I took off inches, I'm telling you, like inches on inches. Like, that right there is almost 2 inches. The bulk of this is 2 inches. So, and I always think like every 1 or 2 inches it goes down like a size or so. So, I took off 2 inches off of this whole thing, probably even more on the sides. On the sides, I took off a lot. So, that's one thing about SHEIN that I do not like, is they're like, oh, since you're a size 40 chest, you must be a big girl, so we have to give you a 1X, and that was not the case. It was way too big, way too frumpy, and that's my review on having to tailor or make this fit from SHEIN. And I went by the measurements. They told me 1X for a 40 chest. No. You can get different sizes in the same brand. SHEIN, some of the outfits, I will be like a small. It will say chest size is 40 and fits a small, but then there's like chest size fits 40 and it's like a 1X. So I don't know what the deal is. I wish brands would be more consistent. I wish there would be this one golden metric system for outfits. I don't know. It's just driving me nuts. But just know, you're probably not fat. It's just the clothing industry just makes us feel very insecure, because the other day I felt insecure, but now I'm feeling a lot more confident, and I'm glad that I did this. So, thank y'all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all in the next one.